If all the trying is actually creating more distance instead of closeness? Trying harder won't close the distance. In this episode, I'm going to show you why trying harder can quietly push connection away and what to do instead. What's typical that's been modeled to us on rom coms, right? And probably your relationships is that you saw your mom, your grandma, when they're pissed, they distance themselves, right? When a woman gets upset, she distances herself and then gets angry and she becomes harder. Okay, so I'm telling you, don't do what you see in the movies and what you see around you. I don't want you to do that. Okay, so don't become harder. I want you to become choosier. Become choosier. Okay, so here's the truth. All right, if you keep pouring into your partner, you care more, you try more, you give more, but it's not working. Okay, this is because you're trying to close the distance by doing, fixing, giving, caring. And instead of closeness, it actually feels like pressure, even if your intention is love. So if you're sitting there thinking, this is exactly what I'm doing, I'm trying so hard and nothing is changing. I just want us to feel close again right now to help women reset this dynamic in their relationships, not by trying harder, not by giving more, but by shifting how you show up so the connection can feel close and deep again. And you don't pull away in a mean way, you don't pull away in an angry way, you pull your focus back onto yourself. You notice your effort and care isn't being reciprocated. So you pour that energy back into your life, your peace, your growth, and you give the relationship space to breathe again. Distance allows him to come towards you, but you stop overpouring to try to make closeness happen. Okay. What typically happens is we feel the distance and we start getting anxious and we start doing more and doubling down. And it's so counterintuitive. And I meet so many women that are struggling with this. They're trying so hard to fix that gap, but nothing's working. Instead, you notice it's not working and you're willing to try something different. So a secure woman still cares deeply. She's still loving, she's still warm, but she chooses where her care, love, time, and energy goes. She doesn't give automatically. She doesn't pour without being met. She becomes self led. She chooses who gets her time, who gets her energy, who gets her love, and how much. She doesn't become harder, she becomes choosier. When you stop trying to close the distance by doing more, you come back to yourself. And that's when everything starts to shift. When you step back, he can step forward. This is what we want. And my podcast was the number one self abandonment podcast on FeedSpot. How cool is that? So, yay, mini celebration. Check out my latest podcast episode. I'll show you how you can feel happy, loved, whole. It's feel loved no matter what your relationship status is because I got you. Okay, I got you. You deserve to feel loved every day. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Bye.